Hey, what is going on, guys? Radar 25 here with the recap of NXT Takeover Portland. And I'm just going to say right now, this is probably the best takeover ever. Card was stacked from top to bottom. Very good feuds. Matches were all of them really, really good, solid matches to great matches. There's a top three of the best matches of the night, and they're really, really close. So only a couple of things probably separate them. It was a great night. Great matches, great talent. NXT right now, I'm gonna say this is the best wrestling on TV right now. There's nothing better. AEW is up there, but right now NXT I think is just the best from top to bottom. So deep, so well done. Stories are so good. But we're gonna get into the video. But before we do, I just want to remind you guys to drop a like on this video and to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can keep up to date with everything that I'm dropping, live streams and all that. Follow me on Twitter. Hit me up there. Twitter link is in the description below. Contact me on there. Let's talk about wrestling. Let's talk about video games. Hit me up. But without further ado, let's get into the recap of NXT Takeover Portland. Okay, guys, the first match of the night was Keith Lee, the North American champion, defending his title versus Dominik Dijakovic. Very hard-hitting match. It's two big, athletic, strong guys. Keith Lee's an amazing athlete, and so is Dijakovic. Those guys, no selling their moves has been their kind of thing in their long rivalry, but these guys were hitting each other with live rounds, big-time moves, big-time shots. Very good match. This is probably going to be the second best match of the night, in my opinion, but it was very well done, very well worked, very believable, and just really good all around. Keith Lee comes up with the win. Keith Lee's a megastar. He really had a great showing at Survivor Series, like a lot of the NXT roster did. Did a good job in the Royal Rumble. I think he should have had a little bit more time to shine in the Rumble, but overall really good. He's the North American champion. Obviously, he's going to be an NXT champion. I don't know if he's going to move up eventually or just stay there because it is a third brand and it is pretty big. Let's see what they do with him. But he's definitely just a megastar, a hybrid, so big, so athletic. And and even plus is that he's African American, and they need more African American single stars, both male and female, to be in title pictures and to be on the higher on the card. So well done. Dominik Dijakovic is a really surprising talent. Very large, long guy, super athletic, very hard hitting style. Surprising guy. He's gonna be either a North American champion or maybe one day become NXT champion. I don't see him as maybe a main roster guy. He's more of an NXT type of cat. But let's see what they do with him. But he's a really surprising talent. Very good. Never knew anything about him beforehand until when I first saw him show up in his rivalry with Keith Lee and those tag team matches they had together. But he's very good talent, and I see good things for him in the future. Hopefully, whether it be on NXT or on the main roster. I think he's going to be an NXT guy, but maybe one day he'll be NXT champ. Next match we had was Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox in a street fight. I think it's the first ever women's street fight, at least in NXT. Very hard, stiff match, especially that shot to the face with a trash can lid that Dakota Kai hit on Tegan Nox. That was rough, but a lot of stiff weapon shots, very good. Altogether, a lot of intensity. It's a very personal rivalry going back to Takeover War Games. We had the first ever women's War Games match, and out of nowhere, Dakota Kai attacked Tegan Nox inside that cage, that shark cage they were in. So, she was out of action with the knee injury and stuff like that. So they really played that up in this match with the knee. But very stiff shots. The match is very well done, very good. This is probably, I would have to say, the number 4 match of the night. But it was the best out of the 2 women's matches of the night. So it was very good. Dakota Kai gets the win after Raquel Gonzalez shows up, and she does a top rope choke slam to Tegan Nox, and the table didn't break. It looked very nasty. The bump she took on that table spots are tough with women that are smaller and lighter because they tend not to break, and it tends to take a couple of tries or just more force to get them to the table. So I don't really like those spots with the lighter girls. With bigger girls, heavier girls, yeah, because the table most likely will break. But with lighter weighing girls, smaller women wrestlers, it's tougher. So you get those nasty bumps like the one she got. I really thought she got hurt. I don't know if she is. They continued, and she got the Dakota Kai pinned her after that, and she seems to have like a heater with her with Dakota Kai. Seems to have a heater with her with Raquel Gonzalez, a large woman superstar. So let's see what they do with that. She's probably gonna tout that she won, even though she won, dirty and got the help. But she's gonna tout, she's a heel. She's gonna tout that she won. That Tegan Nox can't beat her. So maybe this rivalry will continue after this, and she'll probably get a couple matches. Tegan Nox versus this Raquel Gonzalez, and probably maybe Mania weekend get another match with Dakota Kai, and maybe get the win and that rivalry and wrap it up. But very good match. Okay, next we had what I think is the best match of the night. The match of the night: Johnny Gargano versus Finn Balor. We all knew it was going to be a great match, but I really like the way they did it. They started off very technical, and then they each worked the body part. Gargano first, working Finn Balor's left arm and shoulder area, working that, and then Balor turned the tables and started working on Gargano's legs with a lot of submission moves, a lot of lower body moves. It was very technical to start, a lot of back and forth with submissions and stuff like that. So it was very well done. And then the second half of the match was more of a new style match. Hybrid match with a lot of athletic, hard-hitting, flying around type moves. But a very, very good match. The best match of the night. It was a great match. Really liked it a lot. You could see that Finn Balor, as a heel, he's way more comfortable and he likes being a heel. Just with his mannerisms and the way he acts. I really like what he did with the entrance. He did the arms opening in the beginning that he does with the entire crowd normally. And he did it one time in the beginning, and after that, he just did the two-gun thing like that. So it was very well done, his entrance, because he still did that one thing in the beginning to get the crowd with him, but after that, he didn't do it. And he did a couple other things that switch it up because he is a heel now. So he seems a lot more comfortable, and he seems like he likes being a heel more than a babyface. As a babyface, when he showed up on Raw, when in NXT, he was still good as a babyface, but I think it was more the demon that got him more over, just that whole entrance and the whole pomp and circumstance behind that whole character that he has. I think as a babyface, he has to rely more on the demon to keep him more relevant, because I think he's a little bit bland as a babyface, or the way they booked him as a babyface, especially on the main roster. But him as a heel, he's way more comfortable. He has like a nasty mean streak to him. We saw that in Japan when he was with the Bullet Club. But now you're seeing it over here in WWE and in NXT, and it's very well done. It fits him better than the babyface role that he was in prior, because he had, like I said, he had to lean more on that demon character to kind of keep him relevant, not relevant, but more, I guess, keep him more over, just because he had the dual persona type thing. That's just my opinion. I think he was more reliant on the demon as a babyface. It's just the way it is. Gargano, obviously, is an amazing technical wrestler, can do everything in the ring, and he took the L in this one, but in no way does it hurt him. He's Johnny Takeover. That's his nickname, his moniker, because he always shows up. He's kind of like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. This guy's Johnny Takeover. It's the same concept. He's never gonna have a bad match on a big stage on a takeover event. So he is the cream of the crop when it comes to NXT, but he takes the L in this one. Very, very great match, like I said before. And what I want to focus on too is the ending of the match. Finn Balor gets the win, hits him with the 1916 and the coup de grace, gets the win. And the way he pinned him, he kind of straddled over the top of him and held Gargano's face down. So it was a very it was like a mean streak in him that he decided to pin him that way. And afterwards, he got on top of him and held him by the neck, and was trash talking him to his face very aggressively. So you can see that he has that mean streak in him as a heel, and again, he just looks and feels way more comfortable, and everything feels more organic and not forced as a heel. So I'm really, really excited to see where he goes from here. See who he challenges next, or if the Gargano thing. Well, we're gonna see later on in the night that Gargano is probably on to a different storyline after this. But I just want to reiterate how much I like Finn Balor as a heel. Next, we had Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title. This match, I thought it was gonna be a little bit better than it was. It was still a good match, but it was probably the worst match of the night, and that's that's still saying something because all the matches were so great. Like, it was stacked from top to bottom. There was not a bad match on the card, but there just happened to be the worst out of the best, but they were all amazing matches. So, maybe it was because, the outcome was pretty obvious just because of the whole Charlotte Rhea Ripley storyline going into Mania and that Mania match. So we all knew that Rhea Ripley was going to get the win, which she did. An anticlimactic finish to the match. And, it could have been better. But, on a night where every match was pretty much, an A+ match or an A match, you're not going to have, not everyone could be, on equal footing. So out of the two women's matches, this one wasn't the best out of the two. But I think it's more because the outcome was obvious. So Rhea Ripley gets a win, like I said, and then Charlotte comes out, surprise, attacks Rhea Ripley, accepts the Mania challenge. So they will have that match. Obviously, we all knew that was going to happen. They will have the match. And then she took a shot at Bianca Belair on the outside. So I'm thinking maybe they do triple threat. But I'm not sure if they want to give Charlotte another triple threat because she had the triple threat last year. So to do it twice to her, maybe she might take it as a slight towards her. I'm not sure. But Bianca Belair deserves something. So I don't know if she's going to get something maybe as a takeover for that Mania weekend. What she could do, I don't know. But maybe she gets in there and it's a triple threat at Mania. I think she deserves it. But again, I don't know if they want to do that because I think Charlotte might take it as a slight towards her that, I get 2 triple threat matches in a row. I can win at the singles. Let's see what happens. Next, we had the tag team title match between Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era versus the Broserweights, the Dusty Rhodes Classic winners, in Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. Very, very fun, high-octane, fast-paced match. A lot of knee strikes, a lot of cool sequences. Matt Riddle is a superstar. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. The tag team of him and Pete Dunne is very interesting, and they gel very well together. It's a really good tag team, like a really good pairing of two guys to be in a tag team. So I really do like them as a tag team. You got the straight guy in Pete Dunne, and you got the carefree surfer guy who's kind of aloof, and he has a humor to him where he seems like he's not trying to be funny, but he is, in Matt Riddle. So that's a very good pairing. Obviously, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly have been together for a long time, and they're one of the best tag teams on the planet. So, they're always going to have a good match. Now, they're all 4 guys, the opponents, they mesh well together because they all have similar styles, similar hard-hitting styles, especially Kyle O'Reilly and Matt Riddle, because they both have, obviously, a mixed martial arts background. So does Bobby Fish. But they all gel really well together. A lot of strikes, a lot of striking, a lot of knee strikes, like I said. A lot of cool sequences, especially with all 4 guys in the ring at one time. A lot of cool stuff together. But the Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, get the win. They win the titles. Huge pop when they do win that. So it's going to be very cool to see what they get into afterwards. If they do another rematch against Undisputed Era, let's see what happens. But that tag team is very cool together, very fun. It's a very fresh tag team. It's cool to see when they put 2 guys together that have no relation beforehand, and they just put them together as a tag team. Especially with that Dusty Rhodes Classic, them doing that tournament and then getting there and then winning the titles is very cool. Plus, like I said, the team gels well together and they play off each other well, and it's a cool team. Come the main event, Tommaso Ciampa versus Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. We all knew this was going to be a great match. This is probably the second best match of the night, and there's nothing you can say bad about this match. Very back and forth, a lot of false finishes. The crowd was hot the entire way. I think everybody wanted to see Ciampa get that title back after having to relinquish it when he got the neck injury. And, he's just so good. So good. His facials, his mannerisms are so good. And obviously Adam Cole is just a superstar. And I don't know if he's going to stay in NXT. He says he wants to. But he's so huge that he's just got to be, maybe they bring him to SmackDown, put him on national TV with Fox. But he's just a megastar. And like I said, Ciampa, his character is just, it's so well done and has so many layers to it. He's just so good at everything he does. The character, his facials, that crazy looking face he has with the big beard, everything he has is just so good. But the match was amazing. A lot of back and forth, like I said, false finishes, reversals, very good match. So the big thing was that Undisputed Era obviously interfered. We all knew that was going to happen. Ciampa fights them off, and he looks like he's going to get the NXT title and hit Adam Cole over the head with it and get the win after all the false finishes he just had. He goes for the title, and boom, Johnny Gargano shows up and grabs it, and they do like a little bit of tug of war, and Johnny Gargano snatches the title away, and you don't know what he's gonna do, and then boom, he hits Ciampa over the head with the title, and Adam Cole gets the win. He celebrates with the Undisputed Era afterwards, like he accomplished something huge by, by cheating to win like that. But surprise, Gargano now turns on Ciampa after they just reunited for the DIY for the Dusty Rhodes Classic. So, here we go again. Ciampa and Gargano again. Blood feud they got going on again. We're going to see more 5-star, 6-star matches, whatever you want to call them, between these two guys. So obviously the Balor thing is done, and he's moved on now, and he's in going to be another hot program with Tommaso Ciampa. I want to see who's next with Adam Cole. Maybe they do a triple threat, and I don't know if he's going to keep the title going into the takeover at Mania. Let's see what happens. But it's going to be hot. There's going to be a lot going on, and it's going to be personal between Gargano and Ciampa. It's like these guys are always gonna, in the end, they're always gonna end up meeting each other in the end. They always are. It seems like a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn type of thing, where they're just always intertwined in each other's storylines, and they're always just gonna end up meeting up and having great matches. That was the end of Takeover. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this was probably the best Takeover ever. If I was to rank the matches, number 1 would be Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano. Number 2 would be the world title match between Ciampa and Cole. Number 3 is going to be the North American title match between Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic. Then number 4 is going to be the women's street fight between Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. Then the tag title match. And then the final match would be Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Like I said, top to bottom, all great matches. One of them, just some of them are a little bit better than the others. It's just maybe it's the stories behind them, but they were just great matches, great work. Like I said before, I think right now NXT is the best wrestling on TV. And AEW is great, but it's just NXT just feels so serious, so grounded. Especially, I think it's more the lighting too. That dark crowd with the spotlight on the ring looks so great with the black mat and the white robes. Very nice look, clean look to it. And you gotta give credit to Triple H, Road Dogg, Shawn Michaels, all those guys in the back that are booking the show. They do a hell of a job, and I just don't understand why the main roster can't be more like this, a more serious wrestling show, and more personal rivalries like NXT has, and just they got the talent to have those kind of bust ass matches like NXT, but I think it's just overproduced in the way it is, the main roster. But NXT is just leaps and bounds better than the main roster, and I think it's better than AEW. I think it is. They just got such a deep roster, and it's so grounded and so serious when you watch it. It's like serious wrestling. It feels old school serious wrestling. Just Triple H is doing an amazing job with the other guys that he has down there, and it's the best brand to watch. So that's my review of NXT Takeover Portland. And leave comments in the comment section below what your favorite matches were, and where do you see things going after this. The Takeover in Tampa for WrestleMania weekend. What do you think the title matches are going to be? What do you think the feuds are going to be? And what do you think is going to happen with Ciampa and Gargano? We're back at it again with these two. And guys, let me know what you think about that, and where do you think that's headed. Are they going to have a triple threat match? What do you guys think? But put that in the comment section below. I'll respond to you guys. And thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it, guys. So take care.